The Honor 6X is a dependable entry to mid-range smartphone which starts at 12,999 rupees for the 3GB plus 32GB version, while the 4GB plus 64GB version is priced at 15,999 rupees. The phone boasts of a dual camera setup, which is one of the main highlights of the smartphone. First, a bit about the camera. The main setup consists of a 12-megapixel Sony's IMX386 sensor with PDAF. There's also a secondary 2-megapixel sensor which is used for sensing depth, so you can take advantage of the cool bokeh effect. In the front, we have an 8-megapixel camera with a 77-degree wide-angle lens. In daylight, the camera manages fairly detailed landscapes as the HDR mode helps in bringing out the colors under bright sunlight. The continuous autofocus works pretty well too and is quick to lock onto your subject as you move around. Pro mode lets you tinker with light metering, ISO, shutter speed, white balance and autofocus. This mode also gives you a very useful shutter range from 8 seconds all the way up to 1/4000 of a second. In close-up shots, you can take advantage of the wide aperture mode, which lets you go as wide as f0.95 to f16. It's a great way to separate the background from your subject for portraits. The effect varies depending on the distance from your subject and how much you open the aperture. The level of details in close-up shots is very good with near accurate colors and light metering. Image quality takes a bit of a hit in low-light scenes as details tend to get a bit blotchy and there's considerable noise in the darker scenes. Switching to manual mode gives you more control as the 6X lets you adjust ISO by a third of a stop. Noise is clearly visible at ISO 800 and beyond, so you'll want to keep that in mind while shooting. Close-up shots are also not the best as focusing speeds dip a little, although it never gets unusably sluggish. Subjects at close distances lack sharpness and end up looking rather dull. Light painting is a cool addition which automatically sets up the camera for capturing light trails, light painting, the silky effect of moving water, or capturing star trails. In order to do this, you'll need to mount the phone on a tripod for the best effect. Video recording maxes out at 1080p at 30fps, which works well in daylight, although the frame rate doesn't really feel too steady. What's interesting is that the 6X also offers a Pro video mode, which is not commonly found in smartphones. Using this, you can adjust the metering, autofocus, white balance, and exposure, but there isn't an option for ISO adjustment. Low-light video once again isn't the best as there's visible noise in most scenes. There's slow-motion video too, but the resolution is restricted to VGA. The 8-megapixel front camera captures good selfies under good lighting but takes a bit of a hit under low light. The selfie assist feature is a handy addition which gives you a reference point to focus on for better looking selfies. You also get a host of shooting modes here like panorama, beauty and even makeup for those who dare. If you're picking up the Honor 6X for the camera, then you won't be disappointed for the most part. Image quality is pretty good on daylight or under good lighting with plenty of shooting modes for stills and video. However, low light is one of the areas where the camera struggles to get things right. So thanks for watching. Be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe and follow us on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram.